What's going on, guys? It's Shiny Axe again here. Bring you guys the second part of the tutorial that I made earlier, showing how to make a reload animation work on a weapon using just the keyframe file instead of converting it directly from another weapon that already has it. This is mostly how you get weapons that either don't have weapons that are like currently have that reload animation on them already to transfer from, or if you like to use Hitman's resources, would that pretty much require that you know how to do this and take the actual keyframe file itself, because usually it just provides the keyframe file and you have to find the weapon and then convert it so that it uses the weapon correctly and everything moves, and you get my point. So this is also an alternative method if the converting method doesn't work, even though usually it will. But if you do have problems, this is also a second way to do it. It does require a little bit more information of Nifscope though. Not too difficult. But basically we're going to start by going to Millennia's AK-47. I'm just going to use his as an example again, since this is the one I've got asked about, and is the request that inspired this video. So we're going to go to the AK-47 page here by Millennia, Naki, and all these fellas. You're going to download this file right here. It's downloaded manually. You're going to be opening it up anyway. Then you're going to see something like this inside. You want to go to the AK-47 NIF. I already have it open right here. And should look like this. Should have the BS fade node and all this stuff, the nitrile strips, all this stuff, the 9 nodes. And this is where it deviates from my first tutorial. Now what you're going to want to do is go back to your browser. You want to go to the Fallout New Vegas mod page right here, and I'm just going to use my own animation release page that I just put up this morning as an example. You can also this will also be useful for if you use Hitman's resource animation pack, which is here. If you go down to, he has a miscellaneous animation resources. He has stuff like that. Resources only, reload animations. So this will also work for those, like for the P90 stuff and stuff like that. That's not automatically set up to work. But I'm going to use mine. Go here, and we are going to actually make Lenny's AK use this one right here. This file. This wants to load. This one right here. This is the one I showcased in my earlier video. And I assume probably a couple people got confused because this is not the animation I showed, that I actually showed in my tutorial. This is actually my personal animation. The reason this wasn't linked is because it was only up on Gun Network, and I just hadn't uploaded it to the Nexus. I didn't know if I should do it, but anyway, it's up now. So we're gonna grab this one. Go to Files, and we are going to go down to, where is it? AK Reload V4. We're gonna download that. Open up zip. Inside meshes, and go away. Characters, first person. And what's in this folder? Anyway, you're going to take this and you are going to open this up right here. This 2K two-hand automatic reload M right here. KF keyframe file. I'm gonna open this up in Nifscope. Have it open right here. You should see nothing because it's just it's a night controller sequence. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll down here, go to controller blocks, and you're going to roll down to where it says AK 30RD steel. And if you're following this directly after my last tutorial, you'll see that on this AK right here, this is a brand new AK NIF that I downloaded, so that's why it's not changed. But and this one will actually say, if you're following directly after that tutorial, this will actually say AK 30 RD steel. And I'm just going to do this for this node, just as a demonstration. It's supposed to be a short video. So we're going to go back to the Toucan automatic right here. We're going to scroll down to the, make sure these match up. This right here, the controller blocks. So I went to not controller sequence. You gotta click on that. Then go down to controller blocks. Hit the arrow. Scroll down to make sure you go to hashtag AK30RD steel, or if it's 30RD M4 AR15, whatever, doesn't matter. Just make sure this matches up. This controller block matches up with the 9 node that you're trying to get to animate. So since these match up, I assume, yep, you're gonna go down to this controller block. You're gonna go down to where it says interpolator right here. You're gonna hit this little blue arrow, and you go up to translation. You scroll up to translation. You see where this says X, to 12.0727, whatever, and all these numbers right here. You're going to go back to the AK-47F, and you can just move these so you can just see them both. And you're going to go to hit right click it, transform, edit. And remember in the last tutorial I told you never to touch the 9 node? Well, we're touching the 9 node. So what you're going to do, you're going to change this to exactly what you see right here in the X bracket. And it's going to be 0727. Your scope's a little hard to insert numbers sometimes, but 727. And for Y, 3 and 6, 8, 3, 5. And you'll leave the Z alone. Now, if you'll notice, the clip moved. And that's going to happen whenever you mess with the 9 nodes. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to go to the nitrile strips right here. Back to the nitrile strips, which controls the actual mesh. And you're going to transform, edit. And you're just going to, this should be the x-axis. So you're just going to move it back. Probably have to move it down a little bit too. I'm just going to move it back and move it down. That's pretty close. When you get pretty close, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to come back to that animate, to that direct. The mag's going to come back to that position at the beginning and the start of the reload. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just try and match it up to approximately what position it was at before. Or you can copy the mesh over and try to match them up like you did in the first video, so that they're on top of each other, and then just delete the old one. But honestly, this is faster. Just want to hit accept, and that's it. Now it's keyed to work. Honestly, it's that simple. I didn't show it this way earlier, even though it's a lot faster, because I assumed most people would be doing stuff that was already used by other weapons, and it's just much simpler to do it, to explain it with other weapons, to explain copying it over from other weapons rather than doing it this way and explain to people what keyframes are and how to get to them, and it's just complicated. But this is also another way to do this. This will work the same way if you're doing it for an M4, for a P90, for an MP40, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the animation keyframe file for it, you can match it up with the 9 nodes by making sure that this name and the name on the controller block matches. They must match. They must match exactly. Hashtags and all. And that'll pretty much do it. For this particular one, the AK, you would also do it. You would also change the right mechanism to the name of the controller block, which is charging handle. Hashtag charging handle. So you just change the name of that, change the name of the 9 node to charging handle, change the coordinates the same way you did with the magazine. move the actual mechanism right here back into place, because it's gonna move. Just move it approximately back into place, and then it'll be set up just like the mag, and it's a much simpler way to do it. So that concludes this part of this tutorial. If you guys have any more questions, like I said, leave in the description, or leave it in the comment section, and try to answer any questions. I'm usually pretty quick with responses. And let me know if there's anything else, any other tutorial that you'd like to see. If I know how to do it and I can adequately explain it, I'll definitely try my best to get it up. So that'll do it for now. See you later, guys.